Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Kingdom Youth Network. I do hope you're having a good day. I'd like to provide you with inspiration today, and our topic for today is I Can't Breathe. You're probably thinking, what's this about? Is it about George Floyd? No, it's not about George Floyd and police brutality. We're not talking about that today. What we're talking about today is it's about restriction and how you can feel restricted by the rules that your parents try to place on you when you live in their house. When you're living as a young person in your parents' house, they could have certain restrictions on you that could make you feel like you cannot breathe. Because they're your parents, more than likely their rules will win out because you live in their house, they pay the bills, and you are sort of a non-paying tenant in that house. And their rules can feel a bit restrictive. You're a young person probably thinking, what do I do? Like, I don't like the way I feel. I don't like these rules that my parents are making for me. But restriction has a place in life. It has a purpose in life. And it's not always going to feel pleasant. Restriction is not meant to feel pleasant, but it does have a purpose. There are various restrictions your parents could place on you. Like they could say, you're not allowed to date till you're 18, or you cannot wear that outfit, it's too tight or too revealing, or you can't go to that house party. We're in the midst of a pandemic, you cannot go to that party. I know your friends are going, but you cannot go. Or they could say, you can't sleep over at your friend's house, or you have to go to bed at a certain time. It could be small restrictions or large restrictions. However, whatever the size or however you view it, it still makes you feel like you cannot breathe. And that's okay. It's not fun, like I say, but it's okay. But the purpose of this video for you today is to understand why those restrictions are necessary. You must remember that when you have parents, good parents, they're not supposed to be your friends. Not particularly when you're growing up as a child, a teenager, your parents are not your friends. They should not be your friends. I know some parents are out there probably trying to act like you're friends with your kids, but it's not possible because you're going to have to make decisions that are unpopular with your kids. You're going to have to say no. And why do you say no? You say no to protect them. So for instance, your parents can say you're not going to a party at your friend's house, and you'd be like, oh, my friends are going to be there, I want to go. And they say no. Why? Because there's a chance that when you get to your friend's house, there could be alcohol there, and it could end up in drinking. And then after that, you could end up in someone's bed, and you can end up as a teen mom. It starts small. And I know it's not your intention. It's not the reason you're going to the party. You're going to the party to have fun. But it's the job of a parent to look further than what you can see, and to look at possibly some possible dangers that could occur, and to protect you from those dangers. Restrictions are like traffic lights. So you have the red light that says stop, and that's where you are right now. You want to go, you want to live your life, you want to live your best life and do everything that you want to do. But you have this red light, and it's a restriction from your parents, and they're saying, no, you cannot, you cannot, you cannot. But eventually it will turn amber, which is like, get ready. And then eventually it will turn green, and it will say go. When you get to that green stage, you'll be fully mature and you can fully deal with the consequences of your decisions. So if you end up sleeping with someone and you have a baby, you should have a spouse and money and a house to look after that baby. That's your green light, you can go. But until then, there are restrictions that will be placed on you. And so if you understand that the restrictions are there to protect you from yourself, to protect you from your friends that may not necessarily have good values or good morals, to protect you from the world. Sometimes your friends have good values and good morals, but things just happen, life happens, and no one planned for it. So it's the job of the restrictions, and the job of your parents is to protect you from potential consequences. Those consequences might occur, or they might not occur, but just to be on the safe side, they will tell you, no, you cannot do this, no, you cannot do that. When I was a teenager growing up, my parents had restrictions on me, and I hated them. One of those restrictions was that I couldn't date, and I wanted to because my friends were dating. But now looking back, I am totally and utterly grateful for those restrictions. Why? Because they saved me a lot of heartbreak. I look at some of my friends on Instagram, and I look into their eyes, and there's such pain. Yes, they probably had more fun than I have over the years, but in addition to that, they've also had a lot more pain. So what I say to you today is accept the restrictions. You don't have to enjoy them, but just understand that the restrictions will not be there forever. But right now, they're there to protect you. So accept them, work with them. Try not to view your parents as your enemies, because they are actually trying to protect you. I know it's hard, but at least if you can understand that the restrictions are there to protect you and not to harm you, then you can work with them. Okay? Please feel free to share this video with whoever you think needs to hear it. From my heart to yours, until next time, do stay safe. Bye.